I call that service break my business model, where I just come and interrogate your business like I used to interrogate war criminals.
But I think that's really useful for the people at home to kind of take on board, is the idea that your main service might be really complex in terms of its sales process and how you get people there. And no doubt you will have already customers there and going through pipeline. But if you want to increase that, you need to make it more accessible. And you've done that through those smaller, bite-sized elements where people are more likely to go, do you know what? I wouldn't yet pay for Daniel's full services, but 20 minutes and he's going to tell me something I don't know and it's going to be really valuable. Why wouldn't I give that 20 minutes and see what it's worth? And I think
Yeah.
building that repeat model up, I see this a lot with consultancies, right? They're a big fan of, let's do some free work for you. I'm going to come in, we're going to do a week's free work. I'm going to do a deep dive and I'm going to share my findings, because we all know that once you get involved that heavily with a business and you start to look under the covers, you'll find the direct things that you can support them with, which are incredibly valuable, but you do not know until you're in there. And you, even on a sales conversation or a marketing call or
Yeah.
whatever, you can't ask the right questions of those people because of the unknown unknowns, right? Like, I don't know how
Sure.
I'm going to be able to help you yet. I help people in a lot of different ways. So instead of me trying to guess what you're going to do, let me come in and do a little bit and prove my worth one
Yeah.
bit at a time. And I think that's a really powerful idea to take away.
It was a strategy I was all in on, Paul. I basically gave it away to 35 people, from solopreneurs all the way up to a CEO of a 10 million revenue company. Um, and what I found out was, it was that I was going to give away the 20 minutes and then give them a list of ways I can help them solve that problem. Uh, the issue I had upon reflection was everybody said that it was incredibly valuable. Nobody called for the follow up services. So really, it was the deconstructing their problem so that they knew how to solve it themselves that was the real value. And so now I come in and I do the interrogation on the business, and if I can't help them, they don't pay me. And so getting that commitment up front. And again, I like to work for scale. If I can solve a $5 problem for you, Paul, buy me a cup of coffee. I'll be happy. Well, I don't like coffee, so I won't be really happy. But a big iced tea, a 32 ounces or larger, would be fine. But if if I can also go in and solve, beyond a shadow of a doubt. I've worked in areas of complexity where, I've interrogated people on weapons of mass destruction. I don't have PhDs in bio weapons and chemical weapons and nuclear and missile systems and all of that, but I had no problem getting the information that was needed, and I can do that across industries. I see how things are connected and where things can go wrong and where you're leaving money on the table. And if I come in and give you my time and it doesn't give you any new insights, don't pay me. And if it solves a $10 million problem, you know, don't just give me a 32-ounce iced tea, right? Write me a check.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's an interesting. It's like it's skin in the game, right? Like, and you've got to have confidence in yourself. You've got to back yourself. And I think there's too many businesses out there that won't do that, or they do it with false
Yeah.
pretenses, like, oh yeah, we'll do that, but somewhere hidden in the contract, I'm going to get my pound of flesh out of you, and they're scared of doing the work because they don't actually have the talent or the skill set that they claim to have. And I can, even just talking with you, I can see that that's not the case where you are, and you obviously already backing yourself to do that. So I think it's
Yeah. I will take yeah, I will take myself out of a business relationship if I'm not providing
yeah,
value. I have zero interest in that. One of the things that I really love is in big collaborations, partnerships, more loose entrepreneurial collaborations. I'm really good at managing what success looks like for all of the individual people that are collaborating, and I can help make minute adjustments so that the target hits for everyone.
yeah.